And I went to her agent, and the agent wanted $250,000. And I said, I can't, I got 50,000, you know. And so anyway, I fought like 2 or 3 days with this agent. He wouldn't budge a bit. So I called my investors back in Florida, and I said, guys, you got to trust me on this. I said, wire me $50,000. And they wired me 50, and I got a cashier's check. And I walked into that agent, and I threw it down. I said, I've been arguing with you for 2 days now. I said, there's 50,000. I'll escrow that in any bank in the state of California. You got a deal. So what's the old saying? Money talks.
Bullshit walks.
And so anyway, but Rita was scared to death of riding in an automobile because the Ali Khan and one other boyfriend of hers had been killed in car wrecks. And we'd be driving along, and you know, I'd come like to a stop sign or something. She'd get down, and I mean, she was a real shy lady. But anyway, what else?
Any questions? Yeah, about anybody else? Go ahead. So,
do you have any stories about Richard Jekyll?
Richard Jekyll. Everybody know who Richard Jekyll is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Richard Jekyll was the finest, greatest actor I'd ever met and ever worked with. I love Richard Jekyll because in Mako Jaws of Death, he was in like every scene. The whole movie, he blew one line. That's how prepared the guy was.
Yeah, so there's actually one outtake with the guy. Yeah.
But I'll show what a trooper he were. There's not 1 out of 100 actors would do what he did for me. Mako Jaws of Death was the worst first day I'd ever had in filming. Aeroflex had just developed what's called an Airy BL, which was a self-blimmed handheld camera. And we always used the big 200-pound Mitchell, you know. Well, when you're working with boats and all, I mean, it's a nightmare, the logistics of filming on a boat and all. So there were only 2 Airy BLs in the United States. One was in Miami and one was in California. So the first day of shooting, I'm in the trailer with the other actors. Richard wasn't in the first scene. And so I'm rehearsing the other actors, and the first AD walks in and says, Bill, are you sitting down? And I said, yeah, what's wrong? I said, we just wiped out the Airy. You wiped out the Airy? What the hell are you talking? We haven't even filmed yet. And what happened is the assistant had put it on the tripod, and he cross-threaded the thread, and he put the magazine on, and he put the lens on. And you know how they pick a camera up, and he picked it up, and the damn camera went right off, boom, and broke the housing. So I said, oh, Jesus. I said, send to the equipment house, get a Mitchell out here. Now I got to shoot with that damn 200-pound monster, you know. So anyway, I'm rehearsing the actors. I said, look, I got a wild Airy, which you can't shoot sound with a wild Airy because it makes a big noise. I said, I got this wild Airy. Bring the boats up and I'll shoot that approach of the boats. So I'm rehearsing the actors. First AD come in, Bill, you're sitting down. Now what the hell's wrong? The boats got stuck on a sandbar. It's going to be 4 hours before we can get them off. So I thought, oh, Jesus. So I said, get Richard Jekyll and get him in here. And I said, Richard, I'm sorry, you were to do the first scene, but, you know, I got this wild area and you don't have too much dialogue. What we call looping, you know. And so he said, no problem, Bill. So he runs out to get in makeup and all that. The first AD comes in, Bill, you're sitting down. Now what the hell's wrong? We just rushed Richard Jekyll to the hospital. He jumped on the prop truck and split his head wide open, and we took him to emergency. So now I got no camera, I got no boats, and I got no lead actor. Then I started to panic a little bit, you know. So here's the kind of guy Richard was. He came back from an emergency, his head sewed up, insisted on working, and the guy never missed a beat. Now, I've worked with a hell of a lot of actors. I mean, like, Don Johnson is the biggest pain in the ass you'd ever work with. I mean, he's an SOB from the word go, you know. I mean, Don would have been in the hospital for a week. Oh, my head, oh, it hurts. Anyway, to answer your question, he's the finest actor I've ever worked with. Yes, sir.
This is my first time I get to ask a director who made a movie with an ending like this. What was your intention for the ending of this movie?
Which movie?
This one here, Whiskey
Oh,
Mountain.
Whiskey Mountain?
Yeah.
Just
When you see these scenes, you always want to know what the hell was going on. Did it really end the way we think it should end?
Oh, where all the good guys died?
Well, when they had that
you got a guess. I mean, with the sheriff in the helicopter, did he shoot him? Did he arrest him?
The whole town was on it. Do you watch Bates Motel? Same damn thing, wasn't it? Like the you know,
This
the whole
predates that, though. This
way predates it, but you got to figure the whole town was in on it, you know.
Yeah.
Including all the way up to the law. You know that was the predictable ending. Like, these people can't talk about anything.
So anyway, I got to tell you one story real quick. You'll love this.
I love it already.
Remember I told you about Bowser, who the kid, the Boy Scouts, or the Girl Scouts planted all the marijuana in it.
The weed guy.
Well, remember the scene in the cave there where they found the bags of marijuana? Well,
It was the worst looking dope I ever
Well,
seen.
well,
I wouldn't have smoked any.
Well, Barbara Walters sent a crew down ABC to do a documentary or a thing on us making the film, which incidentally is on this special too. So Bowser's there, and Bowser's, that doesn't look like marijuana to me. And I said, well, gee, you know, we're there, you know, and here at ABC is filming us. I said, I couldn't use. Anyway, he disappears. An hour later, he brings a bag about this big full of marijuana. And I said, oh, Christ. I said, I'm going to be on Barbara Walters.
A real big bag of sack of real weed.
So anyway, I don't know.
Then you would need the Girl Scouts and some Thin Mints after that.
I really don't know what happened, but it all disappeared.
Barbara Walters took it.
Esther, can you speak on his behalf, please?
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Yes, I noticed a credit for second unit director of Adrian Barbeau.
Yeah.
Is that who we think it is?
No. See, that was for all the ladies in the audience, I was the first guy ever to use a woman first assistant director in the DGA. And her name was Adrian Barbeau.
Now, what's funny is I want to, talk now. I have a question now because I know him, I love him. He's actually a friend of mine. His kids makes movies, but you actually knew like Fred Olin Ray when he was like a kid, didn't he? Just like hound dog you on something.
Do you know Fred Olin Ray?
Yeah. We all know Fred Olin Ray.
Well, Freddie used to hang around me when he was 17 years old like a puppy dog, And he's real good friends. I don't know if you saw on Facebook. Was it Facebook?
Well, it's first. He grew up in Florida.
About a month ago, somebody threw a shark in the swimming pool. And Fred Olin Ray posted it and says, that damn Bill Grefe, he's the one that did it. And spread it all over Facebook. Somebody threw us. But Freddie is amazing. I mean, Freddie just knocks them out. I mean, the funniest story on Freddie was Roger Corman did that damn movie about dinosaurs or something. And Roger called Freddie up and said, Freddie, I've got all these monsters and still got, before I turned the set down,
carnival.
And Freddie came out with 2 writers, and a day later was shooting.
He literally wrote a script in less than 24 hours.
So Corbin ripped himself off, back in front.
Well, we actually had, not, just a few shows ago, when we had, oh Christ almighty, now, who are we talking about now?
Fred Olen
Not Fred Olen Ray, but,
when you had, Jesus, fuck, you had,
yeah, it's hard to sit here now. You guys are supposed, Jesus, when we had Jesus Fuck here, Jesus Fuck was talking with Peter Spellos about
Jim Wynorski.
Yeah, thank you, Jim Wynorski, about how he made a movie for Julie, and then Roger saw it and said, "Oh my God, make that for me." So he had to make the same movie twice.
You want to hear a story about Herschel Gordon Lewis?
Yeah, we've known him, we loved him. He's been here a few times. He is the grandfather of Wasteland.
Yeah, Herschel and Dave Friedman came down to Florida. They were from Chicago, and they called me up and said, "Bill, can you help us out get crews and equipment?" So anyway, I helped him out on Blood Feast, getting everything. So Herschel, he was always after the poor assistant cameraman. Faster slates, it's wasting film. Faster slates, wasting film. And he just drove this poor kid crazy. So the kid, at the last day of shooting, Herschel says, "Okay, put the slate in, roll him." And the kid threw the slate through the scene. He said, "All right, you son of a bitch, is that fast enough?"
We all know Herschel, and we all know he shot on short ends and everything. So that slate took up time. So he just wanted clack, go, clack, go. Yeah. So the guy throw the slate.
And Dave Friedman, I don't know if you ever heard this story. This is sort of the biggest movie made of the year by Warner Brothers was Camelot. And Dave Friedman, this is the day of more or less nudies. They weren't pornos, but he did some damn nudie called Knights of the Round Table. Dave Friedman went to the camera equipment company and he rented one of those 10,000 millimeter lenses they use on satellites or whatever. He got up in the hills above Warner Brothers, and they had all of the thousands of extras and knights and shining armor and all this. And he filmed all that stuff.
He actually told that story here, that he actually, for the price of a lens, got his extras. Because, he actually nicked them off a Hollywood set.
But I was out in L.A., and I walked into the hotel lobby, and here comes Dave Friedman with some big buxom blonde, He said, "Hey, Bill," he said, "I want you to meet my new star. I just flew her in from Alabama." So, "Fine, how are you?" So I saw him in the bar that night, and I said, "Dave, for God's sakes," I said, "in L.A. there's 10,000 buxom blondes that you got to fly this broad in from Alabama that play the lead, But he was a great guy.
I don't know. I'm just going to say this now, but if it weren't for Dave Friedman and Herschel Gordon Lewis, this show would not exist. Yes. So they were always mentors to me. They looked at me not like that dumb kid with stupid questions about bad movies, but I'm an honest fan, and the only other guy who can probably say that is Jimmy, Jimmy Nesbitt. So, and I don't really know him well, but I know he'd honestly, if he was sitting here, would say that, "Oh my God, I wouldn't, none of this shit would happen without Dave and Herschel." So.
Any other questions?